With Pokémon Generation 8 confirmed to be coming out this year, an announcement is bound to happen soon, and with a new generation means 2 new games, including new Pokémon, a brand new region, new and returning features, and if we're lucky, appearances from some recognisable characters. Guests and cameos are always fun to see. They'd be more exciting if we didn't know they were going to happen, but still exciting nonetheless. But while we've been seeing surprise characters in past main series games, and we're bound to see more in the future, there are some popular characters that I can almost guarantee we won't be seeing anytime soon. So for discussion's sake, I've made a list of 10 characters with close to 0% chance of appearing in the next Pokémon game. It'd be awesome if the list was completely wrong, and these characters did appear, but I definitely wouldn't get my hopes up. So starting off the list, we have what is in my opinion the character with the highest chance of making an appearance in the next Pokémon game, but that's only because we're at the very beginning of the list, and that character is Gold. The Generation 1 protagonists, as well as villain, has appeared in the past few main series games, so it only makes sense for the Generation 2 guys to appear as well. But unless the next core games are Let's Go Johto, which they almost definitely are not, the chances for Gold to make an appearance is very slim. A main protagonist from a past Pokémon game making an appearance has always been Red, and having him appear in a game that came out for Pokemon's 20th anniversary made sense. It would make the most sense if Gold appeared again in a game relating to Johto, although Gold and Silver's 20th anniversary is this year, so who knows. Let's Go Johto is bound to happen eventually, and I definitely see Gold making an appearance then, but very unlikely for whatever we're gonna get starting off Gen 8. Again, this character is definitely the most likely to appear on the list, but we are only at the beginning. The second character that's incredibly unlikely to appear in the next Pokémon game is the female counterpart to Gold from Pokémon Crystal, Chris. So with my reasons of Gold most likely not being in the next Pokémon game, Chris I think is safe to say that she'll have an even smaller chance of getting in. Now we did just have Green or Leaf appear in Let's Go, but so far she's the only female main protagonist to reappear. So like her, I see Chris possibly appearing in the inevitable Let's Go Johto game, and since we know the Gen 8 game coming this year isn't Let's Go, the same can probably be said for Chris appearing in the next games. Like Gold, it'd be awesome if we did see her, but my guess is that we're going to have to wait a bit until that happens. So after my first 2 choices of characters not appearing in the next Pokemon game, being Gold and then Chris, the third character that won't be appearing in the next Pokemon game in my opinion is Silver. So Silver in my opinion definitely won't be in the next Pokemon game because, well, for a couple of reasons. One, a lot of characters might mistake him for a Pokemon despite not being one, and he does have pretty similar abilities to Mewtwo, so it'd be kind of redundant having another being with psychic-like abilities. And 2, since there's already a character named Silver in Pokemon, having another character named Silver would just make things pretty confusing. Like if someone was talking about Silver, and both Silver and Silver made it into the next Pokemon game, it'd be pretty hard to keep track of which Silver they were talking about. So for those reasons, I just don't see Silver making it into the next Pokemon game. And number 4 on my list of characters that won't be appearing in the next Pokemon game is Yoshi. So Yoshi, fun fact, was originally planned to be in Red and Blue, but was eventually replaced with Dragonite instead. Now I've heard people wanting Game Freak to bring back this character as a possible new Pokemon in a future game. However, Yoshi won't be making it into the next Pokemon games because there have been multiple cases of Yoshi committing tax fraud. Because of this, Yoshi has been limited to the amount of games he is allowed to appear in. The Pokemon Company are very strict with who they let into their games, and anyone who refuses to pay their taxes are obviously going to be blacklisted. I hear Yoshi is still under investigation to this day, but until he sorts his taxes out, he unfortunately won't be seen in the Pokemon series anytime soon. And number 5 on my list of characters that aren't appearing in the next Pokemon game is Waluigi. Now I know, we all want Waluigi in the next Pokemon game, but let's be real here. If he ain't getting into Smash as a playable character, then he has fuck all chance of getting into Pokemon. Simple. So unfortunately, it won't be happening. I know it's disappointing, but that's life for you. And number 6 on my list of characters that aren't making it into the next Pokemon game is the Cookie Monster. So the Cookie Monster won't be in the next Pokemon game because, well, the Cookie Monster has nothing to do with Pokemon. So why the hell would he be in a Pokemon game? That'd just be random and make no sense. So, no. The Cookie Monster is absolutely not going to be in the next Pokemon game. What a silly suggestion. And number 7 on my list of characters that won't be appearing in the next Pokemon game is Luke Skywalker. So Luke Skywalker won't be making it into the next Pokemon game because, well, spoiler alert, he's dead. Although he could appear as a Force Ghost if you think about it. But even then, the other reason why he won't be making it into the next Pokemon game is because Game Freak will have to buy the rights to Star Wars to have Luke pop up for even a second. And Star Wars is owned by Disney. Do you have any idea how expensive it would be to buy the rights to a character that's now a Disney property? Forget it! And number 8 on my list of characters that aren't appearing in the next Pokemon game is Thanos. Thanos won't be getting into the next Pokemon game for the simple fact that he's way too dangerous. All he has to do is snap his fingers, and he runs the risk of wiping out half of all the Pokemon. Now, depending on which Pokemon he gets rid of, this could be a good thing, especially when there are so many Pokemon right now. But overall, it's just not healthy for the franchise. Plus, Thanos was in Fortnite, and the further Pokemon stays away from that game, the better. And number 9 on my list of characters that aren't appearing in the next Pokemon game is Bigjungus. So there are many reasons why Bigjungus isn't going to be in the next Pokemon game. But the main reason I think we can all agree on is that Bigjungus was originally on the PlayStation 4, which is a Sony console, and a character that didn't originate on a Nintendo console is going to have a real hard time getting into a Nintendo game. I mean, yeah, they've managed it in Smash, but Pokemon is a completely different case. Also, Bigjungus is kind of similar to Diggersby, so there might be a little bit of competition going on there. So yeah, Bigjungus definitely not getting into the next Pokemon game. I'm willing to bet money on that. And the final character on my list of characters that won't be appearing in the next Pokemon game may be a somewhat controversial one, as he's a character I know many people like and would love to see again. I'm of course talking about Blue. So Blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends isn't going to be in the next Pokemon game because, like Silver the Hedgehog, he shares a name with an already existing Pokemon character, meaning it would get really confusing for people to know which Blue they were talking about. That and, like the Cookie Monster, he has nothing to do with Pokemon, so why the hell would he be in a Pokemon game? And those were 10 characters we're most likely not going to see in the next Pokemon game, whatever it may be. Again, it might be possible for 1 or maybe 2 characters to possibly make it into a Pokemon game sometime in the future, but the odds are still pretty low, especially for some of these characters. I hope you enjoyed my list, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe for more Pokemon videos, comment down below any characters you thought I maybe missed, and until next time, thanks so much for watching.